After being beaten, this man jumps from the ship. The Libyan ship still takes off, ignoring all pleas to stop.
Ce qui nous donne beaucoup de mal, c'est les gardes-côtes libyens.
The relationship between Libya and NGOs can be called like a non-relationship.
L'Italie et la Libye renforcent leur coopération pour lutter contre le trafic illégal de migrants en Méditerranée.
Europe is still funding and supporting and having this relationship.
Eravate voi che chiamavate taxi del mare,
Ma
no?
chi lo dice?
Assolutamente.
Emerge che la presenza di assetti navali delle ONG in prossimità delle coste libiche continua a rappresentare un fattore di attrazione. Il cosiddetto pull factor.
Quello che fanno le ONG è colmare un gap.
If someone is in a desperate situation, we'll always try to find a way to make his life better.
L'Unione Europea con gli Stati membri non facilitano il lavoro delle ONG.
What is only missing is the will to do it. And this is what Europe has to do.
Mer Méditerranée, été. La mer choisie par beaucoup comme destination des vacances et de détente devient pour d'autres une barrière, une frontière ou parfois un cercueil. C'est précisément ici qu'opère le Life Support, le navire de sauvetage en mer de l'ONG italienne Emergency, qui tente de sauver la vie des personnes migrantes traversant la Méditerranée pour rejoindre l'Europe. La Méditerranée est très vaste. Ainsi, le droit international l'a divisée en zones de compétences, appelées zones SAR, recherche et sauvetage. Chaque pays bordant la Méditerranée possède sa propre zone SAR, composée à la fois d'eau territoriale et internationale, dans lesquelles il est responsable du sauvetage des navires en danger. Zone SAR tunisienne, maltaise, italienne, libyenne et grecque. La Méditerranée devient ainsi un échiquier sur lequel travaillent ou devraient travailler les gardes-côtes des différents États. Certains actifs, comme l'Italie, d'autres rarement actifs, comme Malte, d'autres encore actifs, mais sans respecter les droits humains, comme la Libye. Dans ces mêmes zones opère également Frontex, l'agence européenne des gardes-frontières et des gardes-côtes. Ni plus ni moins qu'une police aux frontières, Frontex patrouille la Méditerranée avec des navires et des avions, menant certains sauvetages, mais jamais autant qu'il le faudrait. La faillite des institutions européennes aboutit à ce que des personnes meurent en mer depuis des années. Les ONG tentent alors de pallier ces manques de volonté politique. Pour découvrir leur travail, je me suis embarquée pendant 3 semaines sur le Life Support d'Emergency. C'est là que j'ai rencontré Jonathan, SAR team leader du navire.
E quindi c'è una parte che sarebbe la zona di SAR maltese e zona SAR libica e in parte anche zona SAR tunisina dove è necessario la presenza delle ONG, in questo caso parliamo del life support, perché altrimenti queste persone si ritroverebbero sole in mare, rischierebbero di annegare, quindi o di essere intercettate dalla guardia costiera libica e tunisina che non effettuano soccorsi ma respingimenti. Quindi se guardiamo i dati, le ONG soccorrono solamente il 18% delle persone che arrivano in Italia. Il resto viene soccorso soprattutto dalla Guardia Costiera italiana e anche da Asset Frontex. Quindi quello che fanno le ONG è colmare un gap, un vuoto che viene lasciato dalle istituzioni, soprattutto nella zona SAR libica e zona SAR maltese.
28 000, c'est le nombre de personnes mortes en Méditerranée centrale entre 2014 et 2024, selon les données de l'OIM. Avec un nombre de victimes aussi élevé, la route de la Méditerranée centrale reste la plus dangereuse au monde. Chaque année, des milliers de personnes quittent les côtes d'Afrique du Nord en rêvant de l'Europe, à bord d'embarcations de fortune, souvent chargées, bien au-delà de la limite. Les naufrages se succèdent sans relâche, tout comme les disparitions ou les décès. Face à cette tragédie, l'Europe répond en renforçant et en durcissant les lois anti-immigration.
While the European Union does not have officially an agreement, a pact, a deal with Libya, there are European state members like Italy that they do really have. They have the agreement, they have the deal between Libya and Italy in which millions of euros are being given to the Libyan authorities just to invest on the training of the so-called Libyan coast guards, which by the way they are not able to fulfill the capabilities of a coast guard. For example, by giving them the old ships of the Guardia di Finanza and to keep doing this sterilization of the borders. So even though it is Italy the only one that has signed this deal, the European Union is legitimating it by just support them by words. It's resuming what the European Union calls externalization and we call externalization of the borders, just to give the problems away and let other people doing it in too many manners, but for sure not in the good way that they are supposed to.
L'information concernant une embarcation en danger peut arriver à tout moment. Lorsqu'une alerte est donnée, chaque membre de l'équipage doit agir avec agilité et rapidité. Un ensemble d'engrenages de machines qui doivent fonctionner à la perfection. Pour apprendre à être efficace et rapide, l'équipe du Life Support s'entraîne quotidiennement grâce à des formations et des exercices dans le but d'être les plus près possible au moment de l'action.
First, the baby. Where's the baby?
Here is the baby.
Okay. You, pass it. Pass the life jacket.
Quindi quando emergency, se vogliamo entrare in particolare, è in mare, quello che noi facciamo, andiamo nella zona dove si sa che transitano maggiori barche che poi risultano essere in pericolo, quindi in distress, e siamo lì facendo pattugliamento. Poi possiamo incontrare una barca in pericolo tramite due modi principalmente. Uno, scrutandola dal nostro ponte di comando, tramite delle persone addette a questo che sono lì in vari turni di 2 ore, con binocoli e non solo binocoli, altri strumenti, cercando di vedere se sono barche in pericolo. Possono arrivarci mail anche dai centri di coordinamento marittimo, ovviamente per la ricerca e il soccorso, che ci informano di barche in pericolo, o anche ci può arrivare da degli asset aerei.
La première chose à faire est de donner des gilets de sauvetage à tout le monde. Et puis dès que c'est fait, nous commençons à les embarquer.
Ok, come. Next one, yalla.
Cela peut prendre 30 minutes, 1 heure, comme plusieurs heures. Cela va dépendre de la météo, du nombre de personnes, est-ce qu'ils sont agités, différents facteurs. Nous avons aussi un facteur à ne pas négliger et qui nous donne beaucoup de mal, c'est les gardes-côtes libyens qui sont présents et il arrive parfois qu'ils peuvent être violents aussi.
The relationship between Libya and NGOs can be called like a non-relationship. In the terms that it is supposed to happen between a coastal state with a sovereignty of what is happening within their waters and the rescue ships rescuing people within the same waters. It is happening nothing but just trying to block the NGOs. Of course, from the last 10 years, it has been an evolution of the behavior and how different events are happening within the area. But even if we go some years back, we can talk about deadly threats, we can talk about shootings to NGOs, we can talk about hostile encounters, just also trying to grab by force rescued people already on board of ships from the NGOs. Coming to an unlawful instructions, such for example, telling an NGO ship to leave their territorial waters, while in reality the ship it was navigating in international waters, which is completely out of the law. And the most recent years, also based in the Piantedosi decree by Italy, many ships have been detained, accused of not following the instructions of the Libyan Coast Guards, while their attitude during this rescue operation, it was to interrupt, to interfere, to make people jump to the water and to block the rescue of some rescue of NGOs. So this is the kind of situation that is happening within Libya, the same Libya that it's been founded, and this has to be said.
La Méditerranée est la mer la plus surveillée au monde, mais cela ne suffit pas. Cela ne suffit pas à empêcher que des personnes disparaissent encore sans laisser des traces, qu'on perde leur piste ou qu'elles meurent dans les vagues. Ainsi, certains jours, les ONG partent pour sauver des personnes et se retrouvent à récupérer des corps, laissés à la dérive pendant des jours. On ne s'y habitue jamais, mais cela fait partie du travail.
All emergency staff, we have arrived to the position. Please get ready for the operation.
So, mission 32 of the life support, we did receive the information coming from the aircraft of a German NGO called Seabird about 6 different floating bodies in the area. We proceed to the position following the maritime conventions, but also because our own humanity was telling us to proceed there. After a few hours, we were able to recover 2 dead bodies in a really terrible and advanced decayed state. They were brought on board of the life support. We were instructed to proceed to the port of Augusta in south of Sicily to disembark the 2 bodies. They are already in the place that they are supposed to be, if I can say so, instead of being left behind in the sea, as they were for 7 days, and now I'm taking them. There are different reasons why I do really believe that the corpses have to be recovered. Let's start for the most practical, if we can say like this, is the fact that recovering a dead body and bringing it to the land, it makes them exist. If they are left behind floating, they are not counted. It's like if they have never existed, and I don't think this is fair at any level. On the other hand, for me, the most big reason is a question of humanity, or do not let anyone behind. I wouldn't like my mother to be left behind in the sea floating. Why I would do the same to other people? After recovering the dead bodies a few days ago, we still do not know which is the reason why they were left at sea. We do not know if there was a distress call not replied, if there were people maybe jumping to the water, deciding to go there instead of being returned by the so-called Libyan Coast Guard to the land, or if invisible shipwreck happened. When we talk about invisible shipwreck, we talk about the shipwreck that we do not know about. And when I say we, I refer to the humanitarian organizations, to the civil fleet NGOs working in the area, because it is really difficult to believe that in the most surveillance sea of the world, nobody knew about this happening. This is what we call invisible shipwrecks. But whenever a boat is navigating in distress, which is in immediate danger, all the states around, all the coastal states, has a specific and limited definition of space in which they have the duty to give assistance. And this can be by deploy a proper Coast Guard system able to rescue the people and to bring them to a place in which their lives won't be again in danger, and also to inform all the assets available in the area, which can be NGOs, but can be any kind of other ship around, that there is a people in need and assistance is needed. And this did not happen in this case again.
I don't think European policies to try to stop immigration are working, and the proof has been that just in our last mission we recovered 2 dead bodies that were floating in Mediterranean Sea, that were floating, according to our doctor, from most than a week. The reasons why people decide to cross the Mediterranean Sea are different. There are many countries in which at this moment there is war, so many of the people we rescue are escaping, like from Sudan, Congo, Syria, in which we know there are war going on. Then there are different reasons, like climatic crisis. So in many countries, people that may work in agriculture and so on now are not having their job anymore. So try to change their life and make it better. Then there is also something that is not, I think is not known enough from the public opinion, which is that once you arrive in Libya or Tunisia, it's impossible to come back to your country. So even if there are people that once they change their mind and don't want to cross anymore or arrive to Europe, they have no other options, because the choice is between remaining in countries in which we know there are not safe places, so they can be victim of tortures like every day, or human traffic. Between this and to try to cross the sea to have a chance, it's obvious they decide to cross. If someone is in a desperate situation, we'll always try to find a way to make his life better. Desperation don't stop just because of different policies and difficult policies.
Under all the experiences of all of these years, Europe is still funding and supporting and having this relationship, even though they are really aware of all the million things, humane things that are being happening in this context. So this is a question for you. Why you are still keep doing this?
L'Unione Europea con gli Stati membri non facilitano il lavoro delle ONG. Questo perché, se prendiamo l'esempio del decreto Piantedosi, portano le ONG a stare meno tempo possibile nella zona dove dovrebbero stare, quindi nel Mediterraneo centrale, a effettuare i soccorsi, a passare tanto tempo di navigazione verso porti lontani assegnati dal governo italiano. Inoltre si cerca ogni scusa per bloccare queste navi, quindi con fermi, con stop, a volte di 20 giorni, un mese o più. Tramite il decreto Piantedosi, una nave che soccorre una barca in pericolo è tenuta a dirigersi il più velocemente possibile al porto assegnato, che ricordiamo è un porto sempre più lontano. Questo anche se si soccorre solamente una persona, e parliamo di barche di ricerca e soccorso che potrebbero tranquillamente soccorrere 100, 200 o più persone, quindi limita le potenzialità di ricerca e soccorso delle varie imbarcazioni. Per fare un esempio, se la Life Support soccorre una barca in pericolo con 40 persone dentro, viene assegnato un porto molto lontano, come per esempio Livorno, si hanno 3, 4 o anche 5 giorni di navigazione e non si possono soccorrere altre barche in distress.
En octobre 2024, conformément au décret Piantedosi, le navire Humanity One de l'ONG allemande SOS Humanity est contraint de rentrer au port après un sauvetage. À Porto Empedocle, après 3 jours de navigation, un homme débarque du navire, sauvé alors qu'il tentait seul la traversée. La Humanity a été obligée de se diriger sans délai, comme le stipule le texte du décret, vers le port qui lui avait été assigné, même si elle n'avait à bord qu'un seul naufragé, quand elle peut secourir plusieurs centaines de personnes. Le navire a dû quitter la zone, rester plusieurs jours en navigation et n'a pas pu effectuer d'autres sauvetages. C'est ainsi que le décret Piantedosi frappe les ONG, en entravant leur action. Mais la politique n'agit pas seulement par décret. Le travail de criminalisation des ONG de sauvetage en mer passe aussi par l'opinion publique. Depuis des années, la politique tente de retirer la popularité dont les ONG jouissaient en 2014 et 2015, en les diffamant et en diffusant des fausses informations à leur sujet.
And this is not only happening by legal accusations, which they are, but also by public defamation. The fact of telling that the NGOs, we arrange all the rescue operations, we are the one smuggling, we are the one in the contact with the smugglers, is not, apart from, of course, being a lie, it's a way of how to take away all of the support and how to change the minds of the people. Unfortunately, there are a lot of diverse examples, just as this one that I have told, call us as sea taxis. The absolutely not true, and it has been proven as a lie, accusation of being a pull factor, which for who is not aware, there are kind of people telling that the NGOs are the reason why there are more people leaving the shores, while the reality is like the NGOs are an answer of a whole, of a need not covered, in which thousands of people will risk their lives and losing them, and no one was almost talking about it. So we are not a pull factor, we are the answer of a pull factor. Other kind of accusation, also more higher in terms of legal reasons. There have been some NGOs accused of being a criminal organization, idle illegal immigration, also specific people that have been accused and going through all of this awful process in which I can include myself. The reality is like, again, after 10 years of accusation, no one case had finished, has ended up to us. All of the cases have been dropped, have been dismissed, because under all the judges ruled that there were absolutely no one proof to say that this was true.
Sulla base delle più recenti analisi degli scenari di rischio periodicamente elaborati da Frontex, l'agenzia europea per il controllo delle frontiere esterne, emerge che la presenza di assetti navali delle ONG in prossimità delle coste libiche continua a rappresentare un fattore di attrazione. Il cosiddetto pull factor.
In 2018, when I was working in another organization, exactly when the change of the Italian government took place, the climate changed drastically, and after performing a rescue operation of people fleeing for their lives, Sadly, it was the first time that the so-called Libyan Coast Guards appeared as a Coast Guard and not as militia as before. They were interfering in the rescue operation, giving us instructions of bring them back the people that were already in our rescue boats. They were threatening us to death if we were not following their instructions. Of course, after million negotiation in such a difficult situation, we were able to rescue everyone and proceed to Italy. When we were arriving to Sicily, it was the first time that an NGO was denied to enter into the port. 2 days, which at that moment it was really long. And after 2 days, we disembarked all the people in the port of Pozzallo, south of Sicily. The surprise arrived after 4.5 hours of a really hostile and difficult interrogation, in which myself and the captain of the ship were accused of aiding illegal migration, and they did add the accusation of violence against the Ministry of Interior of Italy, just to force them to disembark the people on shore. The process was quite long, for a few years, but at the end, the resolution is that everything was dismissed. We kept and we are keep doing what we have been doing for long. I think it is really hard to believe, and especially for me that I have been doing this for 10 years, that it is still happening. And this is still happening because there are people in some offices, in some places, allowing it to happen, but the reality is, and this is what the civil fleet of the rescue organization have been proving for a long, is that it is possible to do it better. What is only missing is the will to do it. And this is what Europe has to do.